you say it's because of what the people in that certain area wanted. Now, I have never ever seen or heard any surveys come out, anything document come out and be brought back to us to prove it. And it doesn't matter if 50-50 want one way, 50% want another way. Wouldn't it be more beneficial for everyone to reduce the sizes of the lots down to a reasonable? If South Revelstoke is going to 2 hectares, why is not Galena Bay and Trunk Lake or whatever? Now you say, you still have to, you're forced to do it under special circumstances and doing applications and applying for rezoning. So you're saying South Revelstoke can subdivide their land at a lower cost than I can subdivide my land because I have to go through a special process that you're going to force me to do. We all know that if you subdivide your land, you have to prove the water and prove the septic. And everyone has to do that. The Big Bend should be the 2 hectares, the same as South Revelstoke, same as Trunk Lake, same as Galena Bay. That because 10 people want large parcels, keep your parcel large. If opening up Crown land, we're already talking about environmental and the effect we're having natural resources. To open up Crown land at 10-acre parcels is not the answer. You want your community small and kept in. Let the nature have its spot, and we will have ours. But you're going to tie everybody's hand, and you are, to me, if this is the area to be developed, Revelstoke, and Big Bend, South Revelstoke, Western Revelstoke, whatever it is, in that small area that's already been developed, make it all the same. Make it the 2-hectare parcels and special I have to go through an expense that I should have to do. And if I can possibly break up my land without doing cluster subdivisions, then why should I be able to? If the land supports it, perhaps it doesn't support development. I don't understand why you want to hold everyone to large parcels when 50% don't want large.
They actually, we use the numbers. To the committee, and we have the statistics, and we have the information from the people who have commented at the meetings and who have sent us written documents. And it really was an argument over the Big Bend area. We made a compromise in that area. We didn't go for the one radical side to the other radical side because the sides were too far apart. And so we made that compromise to go down to 5-acre minimum with a subdivision or a separate permitting process, so that both of those sides of the people in the neighborhood can feel that they've received something through the OC and they haven't been told that they can't have what they want. That's part of what compromise is. In the different areas, like in South Revelstoke, we heard from the majority of the people over there that they wanted to go down to that 5-acre size. And so it was a no-brainer for us. Okay, we agree with those guys. We'll support them. But we have to deal with the Agricultural Land Commission on that. So we can't really do that. With Galena Bay and in the Beaton area, we have people out there, long-time residents that don't want to see a change. We have to make a compromise because there's developers going down there that want to see a big change down there too. So it's all about compromise. And it's about what those individual people in those individual neighborhoods have to say. And if I was to go over to South Revelstoke folks and say, we're going to do this to you because Davy's doing this, I don't think they'd be very happy. And vice versa. Same with Trout Lake. If I was to go into eco communities and try to impose on those communities what one of the other ones has, I'm telling you, I wouldn't even be seen in Coopers for months. It just wouldn't happen. So the way we've done this is we've done our best. We've got opposite sides of the spectrum. We've tried to find some solutions so that we can grow in a reasonable manner. And we'll bring it back to you. And Jean wants to add to that.
The one thing that I have to add back is that we have to integrate all the comments that we've heard tonight. There was a gentleman earlier who said, why not make this a 20-year plan and really plan for it? And I think that sure we've got the water systems right now, make sure we've got all the pieces in place now. And he's right, he is, I totally agree with him. In a real world, we would all sit down, make sure the roads, that everybody agreed on where the roads were going, make sure all those things were in place now. But there are a lot of people involved, a lot of, look at the number of people that are out here, we all come to this meeting with different personal agendas, different things that are important to us, different things that we need to get out of it. All of those things have to be factored in. We need to think about roads, different policies in different areas because there are different levels of roads. Some of them are paved, some of them are 2 lanes, some of them are, 2-lane returns and stop signs. South Revelstoke is different because Revelstoke Mountain Resort is going to bring servicing into that area. It's going to bring water and sewer into that area. There are all these things that we have to weigh and balance when those decisions are made. So there are, when you say why is it different? Well, it's different because it's different history, it's different development conditions. There are a lot of things that go into that decision. It's not just an arbitrary, we paint this brush here and we paint that one there. So there's a lot of different things.
It's kind of on the same page. How open are you to, for instance, like a personal application? Is this committee open to that, or?
It's not this committee. They would look at it. It would be the regional district, and they would, and the regional district would evaluate it.
From this committee, or this from the regional district?
Okay, I'll answer that. I'll get you, you're going to be right next time, and I won't keep you waiting too long. We're a pretty open bunch. We're not in the business of driving people away or trying to enforce rules and regulations on people that are unreasonable. We got an instance of a bed and breakfast, and he wants to put the zoning that said he would be required to put is onerous. It would cost too much for him to go to lawyers and put caveats on his title. What's the word? Restrictive covenants on his title. And so we said, well, hey, we went through our advisory planning committee, we talked about it, everybody agrees it's a good idea, let's make you a new zone. And so then that goes to the public. The public has a chance to say, oh, well, this is a good idea. We like what he wants to do. We're not against it. The neighbors are for it. We'll make him a new zone. So what you see coming out of here is really general stuff. We're not closed door at all. You can always come back and say, look at this is the idea, and you can go through the process. So that answers your question. And I've got Ivan Graham here, and then first Ivan.
My name is Ivan Graham. I've been property holder for 50 years now in Columbia Basin. And really, when you break the area up into different lots, everybody that's in that lot that pays taxes is affected and should have a say as to what goes. Why don't you send out notifications to everyone within each area that you're affected, to the actual property holder within that area, and give them the choice, 2 acres, 4 acres, 10 acres, and let them sign it and mail it back. Majority overruled.
I'll do the other back after the meeting. Chick, I know you're ready to go, so we'll do it that last week already. So